Hey y'all, I am just checking in today on Wednesday the 14th. I had an appointment with, the perinatal group, and the perinatal group basically runs tests. Like today I did the nuchal translucency scan, which basically is an ultrasound where they look for any abnormalities in the fetus. Make sure there's 5 fingers, 5 toes, 2 legs, 2 arms. They also measure, there's certain measurements that they take to see if there are any signs, because it's not a diagnostic, it's a screening. So they check measurements to see if there's any signs of, anything that could indicate possibly Down syndrome, trisomy 18, trisomy 13. Then they make you give a bunch of blood, which will also test for like neural tube defects, other defects I think in like the abdominal walls, some other things as well, but I don't quite remember. I should know this because I think I did it with all the kids, but I don't recall them all. So anyways, they did the ultrasound, got a really cool 3D picture of the baby with its hands kind of crossing the face. My husband said that it's dabbing. Oh, I hate that, but I'll show that at the very end. And I don't know that the ultrasound tech, if she was just saying this to say it, but she was like, oh, at this age I never see as cute pictures. And even when the doctor came in to tell me, everything looks good, she was like, oh, this is such a great baby and blah, 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 blah. But anyways, either way, as a mom, it makes you feel good when you hear things like that. Excuse my congestion. Not to change the subject, but I have had a cold like for a week for the past 3 months. So for example, Halloween, I got sick. And then in November, and you saw the last video, I was sick, which I think that was like, I don't remember what day it was, November 7th or something. So a week later. And then I got sick actually maybe 4 times, or maybe just carried on, or maybe it was just a pregnancy because I was tired and had no energy. But then clearly have a cold right now, and we're in December. So since Halloween, I've been sick 3, maybe 4 times. Thankfully with just a cold, so congestion, runny nose, cough, no fever or anything. But I'm just like over this. Anyways, back to the ultrasound. So everything looked good, and they set me up for all the blood work, which I did today. Then I go back on January 10th for the second half of the blood work for like the other tests that they do. And then big day is February 10th, which will be when we find out what we're having. And I think I'm going to do something fun versus just going and finding out. I really want to involve the 2 older kids, because this is the last time I'm going to be pregnant, and why not have fun with it? So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I'm so busy. I'm lucky now it's 7:40 right now and everyone's asleep. So kind of have some time to chill out. What other things to note? I'm still a little nauseous, but that could also be because of the cold, so it's kind of hard to tell what's pregnancy and what's not. I did feel some fluttering yesterday, so it's kind of cool, because, once you've had a baby, you kind of know what the feelings feel like, and it wasn't gas. The doctor today measured me at 11 weeks, 5 days, but according to my calculation, I'm like 12 weeks and 2 days, so I'm just going off mine. They can keep their due date of June 29th, but I have a feeling I'll be due earlier, not just based off of my own calculations, but my boys are all early anyways. They were early from 2 days to 2 weeks, so we'll see. And of course, I'm trying to mentally prepare myself, because every prenatal appointment, which I go back in about 3.5 weeks for the next one, but they tell you, you are over 35. So since you're over 35, and you hear it like, if you're over 35 and you've been pregnant, you know what I'm talking about, but you hear it every single appointment when you go in. I was talking to a friend today, and they were like, it probably is by law, because, they have to disclose that, but whatever. As a pregnant woman, you don't want to hear that all the time. But everything will be fine. I'm starting to look to the brighter things, because this whole pregnancy has been a little scare, roller coaster, but I'm actually getting excited. I surprisingly, and I shouldn't say surprisingly because probably by the fourth kid it will be like this, but my stomach, I'm already showing, but I'm at the awkward stage where people might think you're pregnant, but they don't want to ask you. I was volunteering in my son's library this week, and I told her when I was leaving, and she was like, I thought so, but there was no way I was going to ask. So I thought that was kind of funny, but either way, I will update you probably sooner than my next appointment, for sure on my next appointment. Maybe throw together something else for fun, but hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time.